Shalom, Israel. So, like, bahasham. Then I'm just doing a quick little video on Rawchaa 40. It's going to the spiritual meaning of it. As well as it's a quick little video I decided to do. My spiritual, of course. Little one. What do they say? Call it Rawchaa Qadash, Yahawah, Rawchaa, Hallelujah, 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 and call it Rawchaa Qadash. And go down honors to the apostles, elder apostles, the great millstone as well. And let's get to it. Because of Rawchaa 40 in verse 1. Great travail is created for every man, and a heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam. From the day they go out of their mother's womb, till the day return to the mother of all things. Now, of course, on the physical level, that's true. We have to worry about death. We got to worry about taxes, bills, eating food, surviving, living, eating things we need, things of that nature. That's on a carnal level, that's on a base level. Yeah, that's what they're going into. So, like, make sure this. But yeah, on the base level, that's what it's going into. Yes, man, suffering man things. But you're looking on a spiritual level that's talking about us in this truth. That we in this truth have to go through affliction. In fact, even more affliction than the people in the world. The people in the world live day by day. They don't have no cares, not under pressure, they're not afflicted by demons. In fact, they are. You just don't realize it. Because they're that seduced. But it's a great travail and create for every man, and heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam. Get a little quick little precept real quick. Look at Luke chapter 3 and 36. So look at Luke chapter 3 and verse 38. Call Yahawashi, Qadash. Which was the son of Enos. This is talking about the genealogy of Yahawashi. Which was the son. See. But call Yahawashi, Qadash, regardless. But reading on, which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of Yahawah. So, Adam was a son of Yahawah, or a son of God, or a child of God. And we are children of Yahawah, by the Spirit. So, when it says, going back to the book of Rawchaa 40 in verse 1, great travail is created for every man, and a heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam. So when it says sons of Adam, it was children of God. Because Adam was a son of God, son of Yahawah. And we are the sons of Adam. Which on a spiritual level, Adam is also talking about Yahawashi as well. And we use even the precepts that we're children of Yahawashi. No one could find it, but children in Christ. No one could find it. Little one, I could find it. So be so as well, but I believe it's mentioned somewhere. I don't know where it is. The little one. The little one, I could find it, so be so as well. Is that it? Yeah, probably it. I just misread it. Yeah, I think that's it. Nah, not it. But I don't believe I could find it. But if it comes to memory, little one, I could find it. But If it can't, it is what it is. No, it is what it is. So I just have to deal with it. So, little one I can find on another time, but for the sake of continuing on with the point, we are the children of Adam, which Adam on a spiritual level is talking about Yahawashi. That's 1 Corinthians 15. I believe 24 on that. Just showing that Adam was a Yahawashi. And by us being the children of Yahawashi, we are bound to affliction. I said, might as well get that point real quick before I show that Adam was a Yahawashi. Because since we're in the body of Yahawashi, we also suffer the same afflictions of Yahawashi as well. Going on to the book of Sirach, or the book of Matthew, chapter 40, 10 verse, chapter 10 verse, starting verse 38. Matthew 10 and 38. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me, is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. So you gotta take the cross. And cross just represents affliction. You just go for the word of cross. For cross just represents humiliation or affliction on a spiritual level. And another precept as well in Luke, I believe it was Luke 10 as well. Luke chapter 10 verse. Not Luke. Yeah, not Luke. Shalakia. I can find it. Look, Luke either 14. Rawchaa Qadash. The book of Luke chapter 14 and verse. Yoke is easy. Damn. Shalakia. There we go. Matthew 11. Not Matthew, not Luke, it's Matthew. I tripped up. The book of Matthew, chapter 11, that's verse 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor, and are heavy burdened, and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. So we had to take the yoke of Yahawashi. We even said that we had to take the yoke of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding as well. Look at the rock. She'll like it. In book of Sirach, verse chapter 6. Sirach chapter 6 and verse. Sirach 6 and start verse 22. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel, and put thy feet into her fetters, and the neck into her chain. Bow down thy shoulder, and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her with all thy way, with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. So the point is, wisdom, knowledge, understanding is like a bond, or a chain, even like a prison. You'll be in the jail of wisdom, knowledge, understanding, instead of being in the jail of sin and of the world. Reading on. Why the last thou shalt find rest. Why the last thou shalt find her rest, and that shall be turned to thee, and thou shalt be turned to thy joy. Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory, and her chains a robe of glory, and her chains a robe of glory. When there is a golden ornament upon her, and her bands are purple laces, and her bands are purple lace. Thou shalt put her on as a robe of glory, robe of honor, and shall put her about thee, as a crown of joy. So, by you enduring that affliction originally at the start, sure it may be hard at first, but by you enduring that affliction, you get crowned with glory. Whether it happens now by you gain more spiritual gifts and increase of wisdom and understanding and things like that, or just other things happening in blessings having during your life. But at the end, by you during the great travail, you get the kingdom of heaven. And who knows how many rewards you may get in the kingdom of heaven, if so be so as well. You can go back to the book of Rawchaa chapter 40 and start verse 1. Yahawashi Qadash. Great travail is created for every man, and a heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam. From the day that thou go out of thy mother's womb, till that day that they return to the mother of all things. Well, from the day you're birthed, from the day you come into this truth, to the end, you'll be going through affliction, basically. Reading on their imagination of things to come, and the day of death trouble their thoughts, and cause fear of heart. So by day, we just get troubled by affliction, troubled by thoughts of persecution. Because many of us, if so be the Lord's will, gotta die in this truth. You really think about it, some of us may get killed, some of it may be a martyr, some of it may be an offering or a sacrifice for the Lord. Yahawah Qadash. Anything can happen. Those things vest us. Even the thoughts of the old man, demons, foul spirits, all these wicked imaginations come upon us. And again, meditating upon the day of death, again, we could die, or get severely tortured or tormented, and they trouble us. Because, so it could happen. But the Lord said to rejoice in those afflictions, rejoice in those temptations, rejoice in those persecutions. To get that book of 1 Peter 3 and verse 14. But and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye. And be not afraid or terror, neither be thou troubled. But sanctify Yahawah, our power, in your hearts, bahasham Qadash, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks thee, after you a reason of the hope that is in you, with meekness and fear. But the main point is, you gotta rejoice in getting afflicted for Yahawah's sake. Yahawashi's sake. You're being afflicted and persecuted for Yahawah by Yahawashi's Qadash's sake. Then hey, you gotta rejoice. You go in the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 12. Looks like verse 10, starting verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you, and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely, for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. So you're getting persecuted for righteousness' sake. Hey, you're blessed. The same thing happened to our forefathers in time past. And our forefathers got the kingdom of heaven. The same can happen to us, this will be so as well. Call Yahawah Qadash. I might just grab this. Here we go. Call Yahawah Qadash. Going back to the book of Sirach, chapter 14, start verse 2 again. Their imagination of things to come and the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart. Because tribulation and persecutions on the way, we have to be ready for that. You just have to think that we can go through all manners of evils and iniquities at that time. And so be so as well. Just like you. Reading on, for from him that sitteth on the throne of glory, unto him that is humbled in earth and ashes. From the highest to the lowest position that you're called, you're part of the chosen, even the elect. You gotta think about this matter, and you could be grieved, really, because even now we're gonna be grieved. Even now we're in this world, we're thinking about the wickedness and temptations, all manner of madness, and lewdness and evil in this world. We're vexed by that. Even from the brothers who may be rich, and who may bless, these brothers who are lowly, homeless even those brothers, both of them, they're going to be singing upon this day, and they're going to be, grieved by it. But we got to have that hope, the Yahawashi Qadash, because we can be healed from that, and so be so as well. Well, those who the Lord chosen going to be healed from it. They're going to be healed, and they're going to be given rest and ease at that day. In the book of Jeremiah. They're going to get peace. No have to suffer no more affliction, no more temptation, things like that. God call you Qadash. Book of Jeremiah chapter 33 and verse 6. Behold, I will bring in health and cure, and I will cure them, and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth. So, the Lord going to give us health and cure, and peace and truth at that day. If so be as well as well, if we're part of the number. And we gotta have to hope towards that. Hope to the kingdom. Hope we have to look to the things before it, of course. Now you look past that, but the point is, our ultimate goal is the kingdom. Ultimate goal is serving Yahawashi Qadash. Our hearts and minds and souls to be so as well. And by us doing that, we get health and cure and peace. And the truth. It was an understanding all manner of rewards on the carnal matter, like gold, silver, slaves, cities, rulership, power, wives, plenteous of things. You get that because we serve Yahawah Qadash. Reading on, you will get that if so be so as well. And I will read on, and I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return, and will build them as at the first. And I will cleanse them from all their iniquity, whereby they have sinned against me. And I will pardon all their transgressions, and I will pardon all their iniquities, whereby they have sinned, and whereby they have transgressed against me. So we gotta be cleansed of our sins, our iniquities at that day as well. So we get the new covenant, and get the crowns of life, if so be so as well. Again, reading on, it shall be to me a name of joy, a praise and honor before all the nations of the earth, which shall hear all the good, that I do unto them, and they shall fear and tremble for all the goodness and for all the prosperity that I procure unto them. like that. So like, I believe that is so like wealth, prosperity that I provide. So I cannot know that word right there, but the point is, I do it. It will be in the name of joy and praise across the four corners of the earth. And I will be praying in the name of Yahawah, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash, who he established us as a great nation, and exalted us even above the heavens, or exalted us even above every nation upon the face of the earth. And David as our king, yet again. But that's the main point of that. I'm calling out Rawchaa Qadash. So we just gotta be looking toward the kingdom of heaven. Of course, seeking upon the things that before it, but mainly our goal is the kingdom of heaven, in the everlasting life, and seeing our brothers and ourselves endure, our family endure, the kingdom, the elect, and continuing in the service of Yahawah by Rawchaa Qadash. And reading on from Rawchaa Qadash in the book of Sirach, chapter 40, verse 4. For from him there were a purple and a crown unto him that is clothed with linen frock, unto him that is clothed in linen, unto him that is clothed in linen with a linen frock. Get the word for frock right there. I actually don't know what the hell that is. Basically like a gown. Basically from the teachers of women and teachers of men, all of them are gonna be singing about this time. So the rich man or the rich woman, all of us can be meditating upon this time to come in. Because the rich brothers and the rich sisters in this truth as well. Not all of us know where Jake is in the hood. And some of us are rich. Because some of us, we're celebrities in the world, and things like that nature. Some of us may have fortune. Some of us, again, mentioning the fact that some of them may have been like a so-called white person. They have big industries, big companies, things like that. People looked up to us with like CEOs and things like that. The Lord can use anyone. From the highest man to the lowest man, the highest woman to the lowest woman. But the point is, the elect will be singing upon that day of tribulation. And they'll be grieved by it. But ultimately, they're going to be looking to the kingdom of heaven, past it, and be comforted by that. This will be as well. But reading on, wrath and envy, trouble and unquietness, fear of death and anger and strife, and in the time of rest upon his bed, his might, and upon the rest in the time of his bed, and in the time of rest upon his bed, his night sleep, his night sleep do change his knowledge. A little or nothing is his rest, not the word he is in his sleep, as in a day of keeping watch, troubled in the vision of his heart, as if he were escaped out of a battle. Shalakia. When all is safe, he awaketh and marveleth that the fear was nothing. So again, we're grieved by the days to come. We're grieved by the fact we're gonna be living without food, barely even having water. The potato, it could be on all four corners of the whole earth. And everyone's taking it. We're gonna be tempted to take the mark. It's like take the heart. People gotta be again. It said, "Woe to them that bear child." Well, woe to them to get stuck in those days. So women gotta be barely able to be able to feed their kids. Babies crying. Being hunted down. They say it could be a great insurrection. And during those days, during those times, we're gonna be hunted down because we're preaching this truth. And when they realize these prophecies our words are coming to pass, they'll believe it as a threat. Now, Lord knows how we're gonna be labeled as a. Lord knows how we're gonna be labeled as a, you know, a terrorist group or whatever. But the point is, get that in the book of Second Esdras. The point is, we're gonna be in great tribulation by all men, because even the scripture says, Yahawashi said himself that we're gonna be hated by all men for my namesake. And during those days, we're gonna be hated and sought for by all men. But he that endureth unto the end shall be saved. Get the book of Second Esdras 16:70. Okay, bahasham shall like Rawchaa Qadash. And start verse 69. Okay, bahasham shall like Rawchaa Qadash. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and in reproach, and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place, and in the next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahawah. Bahasham shall like Rawchaa Qadash. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahawah. Bahasham shall like Rawchaa Qadash. When they shall waste and take away their goods, and cast them out of their houses. Shall I get? Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried, as gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith Yahawah. Saith Yahawah. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahawah is your guide. My shall like Rawchaa Qadash. But the main point is, we could be having insurrection. Insurrection basically means like a rebellion. Real quick, insurrection. A violent uprising against the authority or government. So there'll be an uprising against us. Basically, we're going to have an uprising against the children of the Lord at that day. So you could have the fear, people who are, the elect, are going to be looking to that time, we agreed by the time of the insurrection. But then you gotta remember that you gotta have faith in Yahawah Shem shall like Rawchaa Qadash at the end. Because these things gotta be come to pass, and those gotta be tried in fire, and so please Lord's will. Although these things gotta come to pass and things gotta happen, all we need to do is just be not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahawah Shem shall like Rawchaa Qadash is your guide. All you need to do is fear Yahawah Shem shall like Rawchaa Qadash. Read on, and to guide them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith Yahawah. Saith Yahawah. Saith Yahawah our power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. That's going on the top. But I might as well finish it off, guys. But the point is, you keeping the word of Yahawah, Hashem shall like Rawchaa Qadash, should be fine, with all sincerity and honesty of heart. But reading on, just because, woe be unto them that are bound with their sins, and covered with their iniquities, like as a field covered over with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, and the path thereof covered with thorns, Shalakia, that no man may travel through, It is left undressed and cast into the fire to be consumed therewith. That no man may travel through, it is left undressed and cast into the fire to be consumed therewith. So the point is that you're overburdened by your iniquities and your sins, then you get bound by them. And your ultimate conclusion, you get cast into like a fire, aka nuclear destruction. But that's just a quick little sidebar. Nope. But the point is, So go back to the book of Sirach 40, verse 1. Call Yahawashi like Rawchaa Qadash. Great travail is created for every man, and a heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam. From the day they go out of their mother's womb, till the day that they return to the mother of all things. To the day that they return to the mother of all things. And also getting that point for showing you how Yahawashi was Adam. But the point is, we're going to be grieved by both now and later on because of the world. And the travail that's going to come upon us, and it's already coming upon us right now because of the world. We just have to keep going though. We Yahawashi like Rawchaa Qadash. But going to the book of Sirach, going to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15. But in context, it's talk about Yahawashi. So in verse 42. Calling Yahawashi like Rawchaa Qadash. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 42. So also is the resurrection of the dead. So like not talking about Yahawashi, talking about the resurrection. But going on. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption. It is raised incorruptible. It is raised in incorruption. It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness. It is raised in power. It is sown in a natural. It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual. It's like it is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body, and there is a spiritual body. And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. Howbeit that was not first, which is spiritual, but that which is natural, not the word that which is spiritual. The first man is of the earthly. The second man is the earth. The second man is the Lord from heaven, or Yahawashi. So the point is, Yahawashi is the quickening spirit. And quickening, you look into the word quickening. Get that real quick in the book of 1 Corinthians 15. Word for quickening. We mean like lively. To reduce alive, beget, we bear living young, to cause to live, make alive, give life, by spiritual power to arouse and invigorate, to restore to life, increase of life, to give increase of life, thus physical life, of the spirit quickening as respects the spirit, endued with new and greater powers of life. But that's the main point. Make alive, give life, quicken. So by us, Yahawashi was increasing life of the spirit, in respect to the spirit. He was spiritual. Although the first man was carnal, yet Yahawashi was spiritual. Although the first man was made a living soul, in terms of living in the flesh, yet the last man was living in the spirit. Because, again, Yahawashi is life. That's John 1:4. In him, John 1:4, in him was life, and life was the light of men. And light shined in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. But the point is, he is life. So henceforth, the last Adam, aka Yahawashi, who is Adam, brought in life. But I believe there's even a precept that says Yahawashi was brought in death, and by him he overcame death. like find it. Like deaf. Like Qadash. No one can find it. I don't know if we'll be able to find it or not, but if it can't, it is what it is again. But really, Yahawashi like Qadash. As this thing says, first man deaf. Yeah, if it can't find it, it is what it is. First man deaf. I'm gonna get this. Can't find it, it is what it is, but no. I'm gonna try to find it. First man. Old one. Damn. Yeah, I don't think I could find it. Low one again, but I'm calling Yahawashi like Qadash. Damn. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to find it. But no. Well, the Lord's will I didn't find, but damn. Lord can find getting the precept of us being Yahawashi children, and also the precept about the first man brought in death, when the second man was resurrected from death, life and death. Well, when I found it, I got an idea where it is. Nah, I don't know. But get low when I can find those. But call Yahawashi like Qadash, Yahawah, Rawchaa, Hallelujah. Call Yahawashi like Qadash. And she like cannot find no verses. Well, when the Lord can reveal them to me, so please as well. But yeah, I think a little one calling Yahawashi like Qadash. Believe I found it. I think I saw it. The Lord put in my spirit. I think I did. But I guess what is the verse I'm talking about? It was something like this. Calling Yahawashi like Qadash. The book of Romans chapter 5 and verse 17. Let's see, you start up. Really the whole thing from 12 on down just goes into it. But the point I want to get at verse not my sweet. Yeah, my sweet read it. Romans chapter 5 and 12. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there is no law. So law, you need the law to identify sin. Sin was already there, but people didn't recognize the sin until the law came around. Notice they're not saying that all nations can sin, because all nations don't have the law. Only Israel can really sin, because they're the one breaking the law. Although a nation may break the law, who gives it to them? The law wasn't given to them; it was given to us. And the fourth sin is imputed unto us now because the law is applied to us. You have ears to hear, Lord, when you hear. Reading on, nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that had not sinned. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that had not sinned, after the similitude of Adam's transgression. Even over them that had not sinned, after the similitude of Adam's transgression. Who is the figure of him that was to come? Who is the figure of him that was to come? We're talking about Yahawashi. So Yahawashi is Adam again, because he's a figure of him that was to come. Rawchaa Qadash. But not as an offense, so also is a free gift. For if through the offense of one many die, many be dead, much more the grace of Yahawah. Bahasham Qadash. And the gift by grace, which is by one man, Yahawashi Mashiach, have abounded unto many. And not as it, what by one that sinned, so is the gift. But not as it by one that sinned, so is the gift. For the judgment was by one to condemn it. For the judgment was by one to condemnation. But the free gift is of many offenses unto justification. So reading again, and as it was by one that sinned, so is the gift. For the judgment was by one to condemnation, but the free gift is of many offenses unto justification. For the gift of Yahawashi, or of grace, was unto justification. But the gift of one was condemnation, because it brought in sin. Reading on, or if by one's offense death reigned by one, much more they which receive abundance of grace and of the gift of righteousness shall reign in life by one, Yahawashi Mashiach. So by one we sin, by one we get the reign of righteousness in life. Well, we get a reign in righteousness in life by Yahawashi Mashiach. Therefore, as by the offense of one judgment came upon all men to condemnation, even so by the righteousness of one, the free gift came upon all men unto justification of life. Now it says all men right there, not talking about all men. It's talking about Israel. And why it says Israel? Because by sin we get condemned. Again, sin is only imputed to those who had the law. And sin is only given to Israel. Well, the law was only given to Israel. In the book of Deuteronomy chapter. And the law was only given to Israel. And to their children. And their children's children. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 1:1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness. On the side Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tophah, and Laban and Hazarath, and Dizahab. But the main point is, and purpose is, that Moses gave the law. Deuteronomy is the second law. Deuteronomy really means like second law. I believe that was the definition of Deuteronomy means. But the point is, he gave it to all Israel, the 12 tribes. Well, technically Dan as well. The 12 tribes and Dan. So that's the point. So that's the main point and purpose. All Israel got the law. Only Israel got the law, not the heathen. In fact, there was laws against the heathen that Deuteronomy 7:1 on down. He said the Lord could say you gotta kill Amalek. So the law for all nations. Why did the Lord say you gotta kill Amalek? And remember the iniquity. Call Yahawah like Rawchaa Qadash. Call Yahawah like Rawchaa Qadash. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 25 and 17 on down. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way, when ye were come forth out of Egypt. How he met thee by the way, and smote the hindermost of thee, even all that were feeble, behind thee, when thou was faint and weary, and he feared not Yahawah. Therefore it shall be, when Yahawah thy God have given thee rest from all thy enemies round about, in the land which Yahawah thy God giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Thou shalt not forget it. So the law for all nations, how would an Amalekite keep the law? The Lord literally said that he will kill them and blot them out of remembrance under heaven. So literally, the Lord said in the kingdom that, because of course it wasn't fulfilled yet, but in the kingdom, they had to blot out all remembrance of Amalek, aka kill them. And they're Edomites, so yeah, that makes sense. There's Obadiah 1:18. Gotta burn them all up. The small hats. Nope. But that was just, got a little off topic, but is what it is. Again, say call Yahawah like Rawchaa Qadash, Yahawashi, Rawchaa, halah, halah. Call Yahawah like Rawchaa Qadash. And so, of course, one of course you get by the video. If you have any questions or offended at all, or you hit me up. And when I get edified, so please as well. Of course, again, say give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Again, say call Yahawah like Rawchaa Qadash, Yahawashi, Rawchaa, halah, halah. Call Yahawah like Rawchaa Qadash. And I'll praise Yahawah like Rawchaa Qadash. You let me make the video in the first place. And Shalom.